Okay, so today we're going to talk about interactive content and quizzes for engagement. Of course, when I was doing this topic, when I was doing a bit of research on this topic, then I realized actually you can do more than engagement if you do it well. Yeah, so there are two ways that you can use interactive content. Yeah, it's either you can use it for purely just engagement, meaning you just want to make sure that your audience is still alive. I mean, they're still following you and they still have the intention to hear more from you. All right, so that's one way to say it. Okay, of course, the other reason is also other than testing whether these people are still paying attention to you or your business or what you offer as a product or service. It's also very useful to take opportunity to do lead generation as well. But it really depends how you frame your interactive content and how you create your quizzes to lead to an eventual action, or how useful your quizzes are for them to discover something. Yeah, so interactive content is much more than static content. Yeah, just in case you guys are wondering why are we covering this topic, because it's really part and parcel of content marketing. So those of you who are planning to, build a website or finding some way to make things interesting in your series or content, usually I would say try and look up interactive content or interactive kind of virtual tours or interactive tools that can get your audience to play along with you or play games with you to help them discover something. Yeah. All right. So of course, just like every topic that I start, okay, do you all like to play quizzes? I mean, if you do, what kind of quiz that you like to play? I'm just curious lah, sometimes, I've seen like my circle of friends, they like to play particularly personality quizzes. So now you're more into the BuzzFeed kind, okay? Yeah. So Nadira is more BuzzFeed and also the entertainment kind of surveys or quizzes for fun, purely for fun, not really for self-discovery. But when you look at MBTI, MBTI is like a standard, a personality standard. There are many out there for personality quizzes. Some people take personality quizzes because they have another reason why they want to take it. It's really genuinely for self-discovery, or it's really genuinely to try and see whether, throughout your lives or throughout your career, whether your personality has actually evolved or changed. All right, that's one way to see it lah, personality quizzes. Or else, we don't stop at just one personality quiz, isn't it? You will do MBTI, then you will go and do this something called the 16 personality from someone else, and then there's another one called ONAT, and then there's another one called DISC. You go and do every single personality test, true or false. Sure one. When you're really, really curious, right, and you're one of those intellectual thinkers, right, you will find every single way to find that answer, and you will not take one answer for granted. You don't believe me? You go and ask all those friends who have taken a personality quiz before. Ask them, do they take any other personality quiz after they take the first personality quiz? You ask them. I can guarantee at least 80% of your friends will say, yeah, we tried another one also. Fitri, no quiz. You should take one lah, out of curiosity. But again, like I said, it's only for reference purposes. If there really is a quiz that can tell you life's secret and answers, everybody would have done it. Yeah. Some of you are much more clever. You will know that it's very often a tool used to lead you into a way of thinking.
No, hello. What I meant was I like quiz that ask yes or no answer.
Oh, yes or no quiz.
Yeah,
Okay.
you know.
I thought no quiz. Oh, you're
Yeah,
like
because
against quiz
simple
totally. Oh,
yes
but
or
yes or
no.
no only
Yeah,
lah.
yeah. No need to
Oh,
think much.
Okay. So if it's that kind of quiz that asks you to choose for 4 answers, will you do it?
Okay lah. Okay, I mean, I think as long as it's easy.
As long as it's easy, yeah.
Yeah.
No lah, I was thinking in the lines of, like trivia quiz, like the Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? Yeah, you got 4 answers, so
Yeah.
so it's like, okay, you have to look at the answers and then you have to think a bit, so should I eliminate all the ones that is really not logic and try and see whether I can get the answer correct or not? Pressure, right? Okay, who remembers this show? Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? Oh, this show is so exciting, I tell you. Yeah, probably remember this lah. Kanchang, right? Wow, so close. How many questions was it? Anybody remembers? Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? Surprising, right? Why do I ask how many questions? How many questions was there in Who Wants to Be a Millionaire show? You remember the scandal only. I think it was at least, if I remember, 8 to 10 questions. I think lah. I have to recall the scale, the incremental scale before they reach the 1 million mark. So it's always double. It's all or nothing, right? That's it. You got wrong answer. That's it. Then you got 3 chances, right, to ask. Yeah. Okay. So those were the days lah, when we actually have enjoy watching people answer questions for our entertainment. How sick is it? We are very sadistic. Seriously, we just like to see people in stress. Yeah, we are very weird people, okay? We are very psychologically imbalanced. Okay, all right. So let's get through the topic lah, the benefits of interactive content lah. Now, why people love quizzes, especially those of you who like to answer questions, do this, do that, it's like nothing better to do. Okay, look for some quiz and entertain yourself. Why do we find quizzes entertaining? All right. Now, do you all know what is this on my screen? Those of you who are into it, you probably know what each card means. Yeah. All right. So, yes, okay, Choi Ping, okay, you got it right. These are tarot cards. Okay, tarot cards, each card has a meaning. But again, it is actually the same reason why people love the idea of tarot cards. All right, anybody here believe in tarot cards? Or you know the purpose of tarot cards? Yeah lah, okay, that's what we assume is going to happen lah, Choi Ping, to tell the future lah. All right. I know a few tarot card readers. I have a few friends who are into this tarot card reading. Even at one point of time, my dad was also looking into these kind of things. Again, purely as a hobby, not a professional reader. All right, but yes, past, present, and future. Now, this one boils down to the basics of human psychology. You see, especially personality quizzes. Quizzes or even tarot cards itself, it actually taps into the human desire to understand our life story. Okay, every one of us, we have this thing about being individuals, being unique individuals. It's whether you openly express yourself or you want to find out things about yourself. All right, Rina, very good question. Does it work or not? It really depends on your belief system. All right, how much you choose to believe. All right, okay, but sometimes like what we say lah, sometimes you live the prophecy. All right, you get a reading and then somehow your mind has already been suggested the idea and you end up walking the very path that you think will end up in. Yeah, so we are being led constantly with all the ideas that is introduced to us. It's either we actively seek it out or we do something to make us think in one way. All right, or make us discover ourselves. Is inverted quotes. discovering ourselves. We call it discovering ourselves, but actually we are looking for a narrative that we can live with. Oh, very deep. Yeah, it is after all human psychology. Yeah. So because online quizzes, right? Especially online quizzes, you have the control how you want to answer. So people have the freedom to express themselves. They also have a hand in control. I tell you, there are some people who love the idea of crafting their own story. It's like, okay, I know I have to walk this road, but I choose how fast I want to walk, which direction I want to walk. If there is a split A or B, I want to make the choice. I do not want to be pushed into something that I don't want. So again, human psychology. Yeah, it's human psychology. Okay, why people love quizzes. That's why you see so many people do online quizzes out there. All right, it will never go out of style. Yeah, you as long as somebody asks you something, you will be very tempted to answer, because we are only human. We want to let people know what we think. Either we openly want people to know what we think, or we somehow find a way to let people know what we think, either silently by answering a quiz. And I think most of you will also know that when you answer quiz, you can choose to answer anonymously so that you don't have to be too exposed. Some of you don't really mind letting people know who you are. Yeah. But of course, most online quizzes that we see online nowadays is really for fun. But there are some quizzes that are actually specifically designed to help you make a decision. Yeah. All right. So not really tarot card reading, but in concept is very, very similar. Okay. Now, from a marketing perspective, okay, people answer quiz because they have a very inner need of expressing themselves. But from a marketer perspective, all of you are marketers or potential marketers. All right. It is important. It is important because it is just like how people are willing to share your posts or your content on social media. All right, people are always constantly looking to connect with people. All right, they want to be tribe in a very big group of people, or people with similar mindset, or very tribal or very community-based kind of thinking. All right, so whenever they come across something very interesting that they discover themselves, usually people will also be very curious. Hey, do my friend also like that? Is my friend, their pattern is also very same like mine? What would my friend get if they did this quiz? So that's why I say personality quiz is still the most popular kind of quiz. Yeah, other than being curious about yourself, if you have a lot of friends who are also very quiz-driven people, yeah, you very likely to share it out and, hey, do this quiz, share your result or something like that. All right. Now, of course, if the quiz is very open, very fun kind of quiz, of course, people will not hesitate to share, right? Because, sharing laughter or sharing something funny across the board is good. All right. And people who design these quizzes, right, they normally will not do it in such a way that it exposes negative things about a person. Somehow they will find a way to make it sound like, wow, discover what kind of superhero you are. All right, so every single superhero has a very unique thing. So they will try to use some copywriting to emphasize the good points of each result. There's not really a bad result. So it's like a funny thing to do. It's a funny fact that you want to expose to other people, probably something that the other person doesn't know. All right. So again, the idea is what? It's fun to compare the results. It's fun to discover new things about the people close to you. Yeah. All right. So this actually fosters a sense of community indirectly. All right. You discover people that very similar thinking, and hey, this quiz is really good. I didn't know about this, blah, blah, blah. All right. So when people share, the more people share your quiz, the wider the audience can become. All right. When people know more about this interesting quiz that has, people are keep sharing nonstop, okay, it really means that you are extending your reach. All right. If you are doing brand marketing, this is a very good and very cost effective. In fact, some people say not a lot of cost, all right, involved in creating such a quiz. Yeah, it's naturally shared. If it's fun enough, it will get shared more. Everybody will have a good laugh at it, okay? And, you know, everybody enjoys their time interacting with your business, especially when your quiz is actually hosted in your website or your quiz is actually hosted on your social media. All right, so remember, yeah, if you are doing this as a marketer, usually we will try to host all these interactive content quizzes in our own media because it is a very good way to save money. Yeah, it's not just saving effort, but it also saves money. Right. So I hope all of you still remember what are the types of media that we have as a business. Yeah. So when we run advertisements, right, usually it's what we call paid media. All right. We run advertisements to get people's attention. So these people are usually very general consumers. They will not interact with you yet. All right. They're probably attracted to you because of something that you're offering, and they come to your business and probably like your page or view your content, and that's it. But when you have your own media, that means your own page, you post your own content, then you are attracting potential customers, right? Now, earned media is when your potential customers become super fans and they want to talk about you, which is what we say the word of mouth. Yeah. Now, why I'm showing you this? What is this in relation to the quiz aspect? All right. When you run a quiz and it gets shares out to a lot of people, same goes with interactive content, yeah, you are basically doing more earned media. The moment the person share their quiz results, all right, that is what we call earned media. All right, it's like people tagging you or mentioning you. You know, hey, I just completed this quiz from brand ABC. You know, apparently I'm this kind of cookie monster, something like that. If let's say, you know, brand ABC sells cookies, all right, and you know they do a quiz of what kind of cookie monster are you? Yeah, so the sweet tooth cookie monster or the fruity tutti cookie monster or something like that, right? So and then you know they design some sort of very funny mascot or funny cartoon character that complements the answer. All right, so it becomes like a automatic marketing tool. And by the way, it doesn't get out of style. It's like when you run ads, you say you have to run 1 week, 1 month, okay? And you know people suffer from something called ad fatigue. When there is a very good viral quiz going on, yeah, the fatigue is not as fast as an advertisement because it doesn't have the element of selling. In fact, it has more element of interactivity. Yeah. All right. So earned media actually converts at a rate of 5% compared to just 1% from paid media. This is the reason why lah, because there's not much sales messages. But you remember what we mentioned about soft selling? You don't put in very hard sales copy, but you soft sell in the way of suggesting ideas. And if you know how to craft a good quiz, you can basically suggest many things in front of that person answering the quiz. Yeah, okay. All right. Now, how you get people's trust? Okay, so this is just some statistics I dig up somewhere. All right. They say recommendation for people you know, okay, or even branded websites. This builds the most trust in people. So this is the reason why you should really have your own website if you really want to, you know, do some personal branding or you want to uplift your small business into something more reputable, right? But of course, the very interesting thing here is number 3, brand sponsorships in sporting events. Okay, so if you are running an event, or in fact, if there is any event that gets people moving, either their body is moving or their finger is moving, it actually also increases the likability of your brand. You know, it's not one way kind of advertising message towards you, but people are interacting with you people can actually see some snippets of your brand or your value being introduced to them. So sometimes they will like this idea as well. They will actually resonate better to you, and also in turn trust you a little bit more, because while you created a fun factor, you actually educated them about something, or you have to help them actually discover something about themselves. Yeah, so again, I mentioned before, building trust online is one of the most difficult things that you have to do, especially when you're a new brand. So sometimes a little bit of good noise, interactivity, can actually get people to wake up and look at you closely. Yeah, all right. So again, interactive content is 2 times more engaging than static content. Okay, so what is static content? Static content is basically your homepage, your about us, your team of people, your contact us page, your product page, your service write-up page, your blog articles. These are very static things. That means things that don't really change a lot. Even if the person choose to read your 1,000 word article from top to bottom, there's probably nothing else he can do, unless your article happens to have a video inside. Sure, but that's only a video. Yeah, but there's nothing else that they can move their finger, or they can answer, or they can interact with to get something extra out of your published article value. Yeah, all right. But of course, nowadays, because a lot of websites don't have this kind of interactivity, a lot of people start to turn to AI to create this kind of interactivity. However, okay, artificial intelligence sometimes will bring this person everywhere. All right, they will suggest answers from other websites and stuff like that. It's not really very focused towards your brand, your values, or even your product or your services. Very often, our poor visitors are being pulled away from your website instead of staying on in your website. Yeah, so how do you get people interested in your website and stay longer in your website? So that's why you have to put some sort of interactive or useful kind of content that people can interact with. That means they can put in something and they get something back. Yeah. All right. So what kind of quizzes that you can make? Okay. Of course, the most popular one is personality test. All right. Means what type of person you are, or what type of digital marketer you are, or what type of superhero you can be, by asking you a few simple questions. All right. If you were a movie director, what kind of movie that you are likely to direct? But they ask it in such a way that it actually helps you discover this answer, because you don't know who else, what kind of movie directors they are, right? So yeah, so again, this is just a subset or a variant of a personality test. Nothing too serious like MBTI lah or DISC lah. This one is like, it's like standards that we use for when we're looking for a new job, or we want to actually have a personality match in our work. Yeah, people, HR practitioners, they like to follow that a lot. Okay, because it's literally like a standard. But if it is a personality matching, let's say your favorite show. Okay, can somebody give me a idea? What's your favorite show right now? Anybody want be watching some really good series or something on TV? TV shows? Very popular one. Peaky Blinders? Rick Morty? Okay. Wow, you all have very different thing, huh? Walking Dead, okay. All right, Jeffrey. Zombie killing, huh? All right. Yeah, I mean, the Walking Dead series is quite popular. It's already with 5 or 6 different seasons. I cannot get over the Game of Thrones. I'm still into that, okay? That one, all right? So it's like when you want to do a personality test, which Game of Thrones characters you are, or which Walking Dead character are you, So yes, that's another variant of personality test based on an entertainment value. All right. So if any of you are fans of a particular TV series or particular team or particular kind of movie or franchise, yeah, you would probably relate better with this kind of personality test, because or you relate better to certain characters of the show. Yeah, so I'm just giving you some ideas because later I'm going to show you some ways lah to create this kind of quizzes if you're interested in. And of course, you can use AI to actually come up with different archetypes. Yeah, this is a word, very interesting word. Okay, archetypes or even characters for your business. Yeah. All right. So especially those of you who are doing maybe lifestyle specific products or services, all right, you can come up with fun archetypes that actually people can relate to or people can classify themselves in, but in a very nice way. Yeah, no body shaming. Right? Okay, so no discrimination, no body shaming, but try to make it as generalized as possible so that people can relate better. Yeah. So Fitri, no TV. Oh my God, Netflix. Come on, cannot. You have to live life.
Okay, okay. Netflix
Uh,
got lah, ATM don't got.
okay, okay. I know standard normal TV is nothing one lah, not interesting lah. Huh? All right. Okay, so of course, there's the other thing is trivia quiz. Trivia quiz is something like it's like to test your knowledge. It test how much you know about something. Okay, so for people who love a challenge, okay, sometimes people will take trivia quiz for fun. Is to see how much I really know about old coins or how much I really know about hair, you know. But for a business, okay, a trivia quiz can easily help them know their understanding level of a particular topic. All right, so it's a pretty good approach, yeah, to test your audience so that you can further use the information that you got. Okay, maybe the average answers are maybe below 2 or 3. They probably need more education about this certain subject. So like for example, if your trivia is actually 10 questions, maybe there are 3 or 4 questions that actually generally people will always get it wrong because they base their answers on a very popular myth, right? So it just gives you an indication that, okay, we need to educate our audience more about this thing, all right? Because people seem to think that this is the correct answer when it's not. Let me give you an example. People say that humans we should drink 8 glasses of water. How true is that? True or false? people say normal humans should drink 8 glasses of water a day. True or false? So Nadira says true. Jeffrey says false. The rest of you, please don't try and Google. Depend on the glass size. Okay, all right. Yeah, okay, now you're starting to overthink, right? When I challenge you on your answer, you will start to think one level deeper. See, some of us are like that. Okay, now trivia sometimes can be designed that way. So it makes you doubt your earlier answers. So Young is saying 8 glasses not enough some more. How many glasses you want to drink? Okay, now I give you a more technically correct answer. Okay, it really depends on your body type. I mean, the size of glass is correct also lah. That's one thing lah. Okay, but it depends on your body type. It depends on your water also. Yeah, certain types of water you cannot drink too much. Need to check urine color. Okay, all right, Jeffrey. Okay, that one is a little bit too deep already, huh? This one don't have pH test and alkaline or acidity test. It's not science class. A bit too far already. Okay, but this is like online yes no answer. Okay, you're not gonna take a photo of your urine color and post it there. I mean, you can, but of course, it's not on the general quiz lah. That one consultant. Okay, all right. So moving on. This topic is getting very, very weird. Okay, let's come back. All right. So e-commerce recommendation quiz. Okay, So, I don't know how many of you experienced this before, but sometimes when you want to buy something, but you don't know how to make up your mind, all right, sometimes they will say, hey, take our quiz, we will recommend you certain products. Anyone has tried this before? Don't worry, I can give you case study so that you can have a little bit of experience. By far, I think if your e-commerce niche, if your niche tends to have few billions of products there, that actually makes it very hard for people to decide. It's a good idea to give a recommendation quiz. At least you find out more about these people. All right, like how often you buy certain things, or simple questions. What is your skin type? What is your hair type? What kind of shampoo you have used before? How do you feel when you use this kind of shampoo, right? Or what's generally your priority when it comes to hair care? You don't want your hair to freeze up every time you wake up from sleep. That's maybe one of your priorities. You don't want the fact that whenever you comb your hair, you actually lose more hair compared to not combing it, right? So sometimes we will do this kind of quiz to find out more about you, and we will design it in such a way that we recommend certain things, or we further ask deeper questions to get to maybe a root problem or a priority or something that you are actually looking for. So those of you who have attended my class before, you probably have some memory of this customer avatar. All right, when we talk about needs and wants, people's motivation and concern, so there'll be something there under needs, a hidden need. Yeah, so I have so many students, and a lot of students come to me and say, how do I know these people's hidden needs? I mean, it's already hidden. Definitely they're not going to tell you about it, right? So how am I going to dig this up? Yeah, so surprisingly, people are usually more open to their hidden needs when the quiz promises a recommendation. This is research done by some marketer out there. They say if your quiz is designed to recommend something, people are more likely to expose their hidden needs. It's like the fact that, I have dry skin, but if let's say it's a trivia quiz, I will never admit that I have dry skin because I'm curious of what kind of answers that I have or what is the correct answer or not, right? But when it's the e-commerce recommendation quiz, it's really about you. You have control of what you want to be recommended. So it's more likely that people will be more honest when they are doing an e-commerce recommendation quiz. Jing, jing, jing. Okay, so that's why there are different types of quiz. They actually have different levels of answers, different quality of answers. And of course, last but not least, Nadira's favorite quiz, which is the BuzzFeed style quiz. Again, no serious thing, just for fun, just to have a very good laugh. All right. Some of you, when you go into the BuzzFeed style kind of quiz, you actually play the quiz again, right? Oh, let's do it again, but I changed my answer. Let's see what else I can get, right? Yeah, it's this the for fun thing. All right. So compare e-commerce and BuzzFeed style quiz, right? E-commerce is like the more serious kind of quiz that actually has a more practical kind of recommendation. BuzzFeed style quiz is more out of curiosity. To get favorite character. Yeah, okay. All right. Okay, so good. All right, so now we have some understanding. Okay, now these are some case studies that I've come across within the last 2 months. There's one particular one I actually found last year. So I'm just digging that out and share with you because the art of creating quiz can be very, very interesting if you know how to work it. So I give you some examples. Maybe it will inspire you how to create yours for your business or even your service. So this is Taiwan Expo, yeah. If I show you this screenshot, I think some of you can relate. Some of you probably can remember. I seen this before, maybe in Mandarin. Anyone got recollection or not? Oh yeah, they got the grass, and then the rock, and then the water, and then the steel. Anybody has done this before or not? This was a very, very popular quiz, personality quiz. 2 months ago. actually last month, I saw this post somewhere. You saw my post, Jeffrey. Yeah, I was getting everyone to go and do it, yeah. Okay. So yeah, so this is from Taiwan Design Expo. Actually, they do this quiz is to create awareness. Is to create brand awareness because they are a design expo. They want to quickly extend their reach. Okay, as fun as possible, as interesting as possible. So since they have to showcase what is design, they want to make it a very fun activity for everyone. All right. They never thought that their, little quiz can actually go viral on social media, but it did. Okay, it did. Okay, because they did one thing very interesting. Although their expo, all right, is in Taiwan, which predominantly speak in Mandarin, yeah, they actually created an English version of this quiz as well. That was the one thing that actually made it viral. All right. So now, okay, this is some examples of how they created this. Those of you who have never played this before, why this is very interesting is because they designed this quiz in such a way that it is not linear. That means it's not A, B, C. All right, it's more of a storytelling. It's like taking you on a journey, step 1, step 2, step 3. So I managed to screen capture a few things here. In fact, there is one very interesting YouTube video that actually captured the entire quiz. Yeah. So I think I'll just post this link inside here, inside the chat. Okay. All right. So just in case you want to watch the YouTube video. So these are all translated in English already. So there's the English version and there's also the Chinese version. Yeah. So this kind soul has actually recorded, okay? Yeah, the whole entire survey, yeah? And by the way, if you want to do the survey now, it's already closed because the expo is already finished, done. Very sad. So this is like basically the only living proof of how it works, all right? So yeah, so basically you're embarking on a journey to explore your innate personality, relax and take a deep breath. So I'll just go into some questions that were asked lah. Okay, so these are in Mandarin, but I take the liberty to translate for you. So you're waking up from confusion, you find yourself on a train, the scenery outside the window is beautiful. After quietly enjoying it for a moment, you then, okay, don't guess the destination, wait for unknown surprises, or get up and find a route map to confirm where the train is going. All right, like I say, this is a personality test. Your answer will decide what archetype you belong to. All right. So yeah, question 2, question 3, it will continue like this. And I think they actually have 12 questions before they decide on a final archetype based on your answers. Yeah, so pretty interesting. Okay. And some people do say that actually the results, right, mirror closely to MBTI. Yeah, so that means if you have done the MBTI personality test before, you might actually be able to relate to some traits. But I can tell you, I think they probably modified quite a bit lah. They actually use AI or something, all right, to design the quizzes so that it actually comes up with a different kind of answer. Not exactly mapping MBTI, all right, but it's a fun thing to do because why? They have made some adjustment on how they actually ask the quiz. They ask it in storytelling format. They also inserted some design elements or something simple that people can feel relaxed when they actually do the quiz. In fact, the way they design the answers is also very cute, very shareable. It looks good when you share it to other people. All right, so these are some takeaways that you can take lah. Why this particular quiz became very viral. Yeah, it's like from far away you already know that I've seen this before, you know. So yeah, okay. So yeah, this is basically what happened. Okay, it's so cute, and you are just curious. How many different archetypes is there, right? And then whenever you think that probably only 4 or 5, and then you see more and more appearing. So that's part of the surprise factor lah. All right. So they added design and animation elements to keep it lively. Yes, their quiz is actually done using HTML5, I think. has a lot of animation elements, which keeps the people engaged to finish the quiz. Yeah, that's why they are very brave to do the quiz 12 questions. Usually when you do a quiz, right, if any quiz that is more than 5 questions, people will normally drop in the middle. But for them to be able to create a quiz that is 12 questions and have so many people to able to complete to the end, that is very amazing. So again, engagement factor and the way you actually craft the quiz questions. So I'm just sharing a bit here so that you know why certain quizzes go viral so fast. There are certain elements that you can model after if you really want to create one yourself. Now, mechanism, all right, how they know which MBTI that this person will end up with. So their quiz is actually designed in a linear way. It's just that every time people choose A or B, there's only 2 choices for each question, yeah? A point will be given to them. So we call this the Cosmo quiz. Why is it called Cosmo? Because a long time ago, there was this woman's magazine called Cosmo. They like to do this kind of quiz. So it actually started from there, magazine. It was a hard copy magazine. Then the internet blew up and everybody decided to do this kind of quiz. Okay, they translated it into an online version. But the name stuck. All right. So in case you're wondering, how these people know this quiz or what to answer, there's actually a name for it. It's called a Cosmo quiz scoring. So it's based on each question. There's certain marks. Okay, and at the end of the day, there is a scoring result. Right. So this result is based on a Cosmo quiz about how you manage your money. Right. So you just answer question, and then they'll tell you, okay, if you're 10 to 20 points, this is the type of person you are. If you're 21 to 30 points, this is the type of person you are. Okay, if 31 to 45, wow, this is serious. Okay, you need to do something about it. And yeah, okay, so this is the point where you can advise. Okay, do you need help in managing your money? We have people to advise you. Yeah, so again, quiz can really reveal a person's state of mind or state of finances or state of thinking. All right. And you, as a business or a product, can slot in your idea when the result is reviewed to the person answering the quiz. So far, so good. So there's a science. Okay. All right. So this one is a Netflix show quiz. Okay. So this is basically the page I got it from. And as you can see, this page is probably one of those many quiz websites that has many ads. You don't have to guess lah. How these websites make money from advertisements on their website. The fundamental rule is the more impressions or the more times your website is visited, the more money you will get from ad impressions. That's how it works, mechanism lah. All right. So when you have a quiz like this, especially a Netflix quiz where it challenges people to get all the answers correct, or just like what Nadira is saying, I want to get my favorite character. So definitely you're going to actually do that again and again and again. And guess what? Whenever you do the quiz again and again and again, you are basically refreshing the page again and again. Different ads will come out. And who's making the money? The website. On whose expense? Your time. But it's fun, all right? People are willing to spend time to have fun. Yeah, so yes, Quizondo.com, yeah, it's full of ads. It's crazy. The amount of ads they have inside there, oh my God. And let me tell you what else is fantastic about this website. Okay, so this is how you would probably answer a quiz. I purposely removed the ads, yeah. But actually, if you look at their website, if you click on the link and go to their website, there is one ad here on top, and there's another ad here at the bottom. Okay, yes, very greedy. I tell you, not just that. At the end of answering all the quiz, watch a short video advertisement to receive your result. Wow, still not enough, They still want you to watch an ad. By the way, you get paid more if a person chooses to watch a video ad. Now, if you're the owner of this particular website, you actually earn a little bit more if people actually watch a video. Okay, not just that. Okay, enter your email to view your results. I tell you, this person is very, very extremely greedy. All right, what is he doing here? He is actually trying to get your email address so that he can probably very much later on sell your email address to some willing buyer out there. It's called very sneaky lead generation. It's a very sneaky lead generation. The only benefit you are getting is enter your email to view your results. All right. But luckily, there's a skip button at the bottom. Please be smart. If you're going to this website and doing any of their quiz, you can press the skip button. It's a trick. Yeah, it's a trick. Okay, just press the skip button. Okay. And yeah, finally you get scored 10 out of 15, on the Netflix quiz. Okay. So whether you want to share your results or not, or you want to retry again. So I think of all the monetization tricks that he is using, of all the lead generation trick that he was using before this particular screen, I think this one is much more practical. This is something that I think most of you can copy. All right, having a very strong call to action to reshare your quiz on social media. All right, yeah, clever, right? Data mining, building email list, correct law. Okay, but people willing to give, why? Because they are already triggered emotionally to find out how well they are doing, to find out what is the answer. So anybody who has a throwaway email, they'll put it there. They'll put it in. So again, if you are saying building email lists, the quality of the email is like how you can already imagine lah. Okay, all right. So yeah, so these are just some summary of observations if you want to read it. Okay, but I just put it inside there. This is what I think. You might notice something extra, but let me know. Yeah, but it's sneaky, but it's effective. I'm sorry to say this. That's why you say marketers are evil. It's sneaky, but it's effective. So it's really up to you whether you want to do this or not. But if your quiz really generally is useful for people, or many people have been saying that your quiz are very spot on, very accurate, you might actually get quality leads. I'm just saying, all right, something for you to try. This one, Care Of. Now, Care Of is more like a, how I say this? It's an e-commerce quiz. Okay, so e-commerce quiz, how it works. Let's see. Okay. Right, so let me just go into this page and let me just share this nice link inside here in the chat so that you guys can play around with it. Okay, so personalized vitamins, results that you can feel. All right, so you can already guess, oh, this is that kind of website. Yeah, so it's the vitamin supplement kind of website. Again, it's their own website. They can do anything they want. So you can take the quiz. Okay. All right, continue. Please read the statement below. Okay, these are like disclaimer. So if you are planning to do a quiz that will take people's results and give them a recommendation, okay, make sure you have this kind of statement on your website. Just in case people take your advice to the dot, and you might want to say that, for really serious sensitive cases, we actually suggest that you go and consult a professional for advice, things like that. I'm not saying go ahead and do it if you're selling supplements, but you might want to have this kind of disclaimer on your e-commerce website first. Yeah, because some people, well, there's all sorts of people online. They might actually take your quiz results as an official diagnostic. Make sure they are aware that it is only a quiz. Okay. So agree, read the statement again 2 times. Okay, make sure you understand. Okay, let's do this. Okay, backed by science, 5% ingredients, something. Okay, begin the quiz. So tell us yourself. So what's your name? Okay, all right. So nice to meet you. Okay, you can see that they inject some animation in between so that they make you comfortable. All right, how old are you? Okay, so I'm just gonna cheat a bit. Okay. All right. Now they also do something special at the bottom. Yeah, there's something called why we ask. It's a very nice touch. Okay, and they will explain. All right, why are they asking this particular question? So like I said, e-commerce recommendation quiz, right, usually are much more detailed and much more serious tone compared to a BuzzFeed quiz. All right, and they are doing this because they respect your data. All right, in the EU, you are not supposed to ask for so much information. Even though it is your own website, you still have to follow the GDPR regulations, right? So you cannot ask too sensitive things unless you have a justification for it. That means people have to give you consent on answering certain questions. Quiz is also included. Okay, so you can take about it. Okay, we do not recommend supplements for those younger than 18. See? So I can bet you if I entered 17 or 15 here, all right, the quiz will probably say, thank you for trying the quiz, but you know, our supplements are not really suitable for people of your age. All right, so now you know, wow, this is very thoughtful, of course. Yeah, I mean, if you are an expert in the industry, you would want to make sure that you have the necessary, you know, copywriting to make people feel comfortable sharing the information for you with you. Right? So, okay, when it comes to vitamins and supplements, you are what kind of person you are? All right, you are informed, curious, or right? Now they simplify it in such a way they actually put icons, okay, to represent what is your attitude towards this subject. All right, so let's say, okay, I'm skeptical. All right, excellent. We built our research database with skeptics in mind. Okay, so they follow up with a copy that actually don't make you feel bad about it. I mean, they won't say, okay, seem to be very skeptical about this supplement thing and everything. I don't want to sell to you. They never put away people like that. Yeah, all right. But they will still continue the quiz. Okay, you are skeptical. Okay, at least your attitude is like this. It probably means at the back end, we have to try harder to sell something to you. Okay, yeah, so that's it. Okay, so have you had taken vitamins in the past? Vitamins like fish oil, similar. So they have a small print down here to explain. All right, in case your questions are a little bit too general, but people don't know how to think. Yeah, it's very detailed. Yeah, this is one of the best e-commerce quizzes that I've ever seen, and it's a very good model. But of course, it takes a lot of time to think of all the quiz question here. But fortunately, we have AI, so we can actually tell AI to design questions in such a way that, you know, we are selling this kind of thing. Our concerns are this. So please design a quiz with the person's health in mind or the person's curiosity in mind, and make sure the copywriting actually resonates with them. So yes, I've taken vitamins in the past. Yes or no questions. Yeah. All right. So how many? Okay, you now 1 to 4 or 5. Okay, so maybe 1. Vitamin C, that's it. So have you taken powders in the past? Protein, collagen mixed into a drink? Nah. Okay, all right. So which sex best describes you? Again, they do not force you to answer this question. I can say I don't want to say. All right. Are you interested in prenatal or postnatal health? All right. Now, you see, when I say I prefer not to say, the follow-up question is designed in such a way to indirectly ask you whether you are interested in women health or not. If you are, the probability of you being a lady is more than 60%. Sneaky, but this is why people say that a well-designed quiz can reveal hidden needs. I can answer this, but you know, I prefer not to. Do you live in the United States or Canada? Okay, no. All right. So they will inform you. Unfortunately, we don't ship to your country yet. Would you like us to email you when that changes? Okay, can you see what the quiz is doing here? They're not pushing you away, yeah. They're still building their email list. But I'm pretty sure behind the scenes, they have something called a CRM that actually classifies you. Yeah, or this automatically sends you an email whenever there's a shipping location that is updated to include my country. Yeah. Right. So I say, yeah, sure. Let me know. Let me know if there is. Then they'll continue with another question. This is very long, yeah. Yeah. So if I really go to the next question, they'll ask you, okay, what's your goal? Why do you want to take supplement? Yeah. So it's like, wow, it takes a while, yeah, to actually have all this. Okay. But yes, okay, choosing the goal, what is your top priority? You choose three, but what is the most important one? All right. So maybe bones is more important. Do your siblings have history of osteoporosis? Oh my God. All right. Yeah, this is literally like an online consultation. All right. Metabolism support. No. Okay. All right. One help birth figure. Yeah. Okay. So they actually have, I tell you, the best thing about this recommendation is while you are answering the quiz, you actually get educated as well. It's 49 questions. Yeah. Okay. Yes. All right. Yeah. At the bottom here. Yes. This is also very useful. Yeah. If you're planning to do a quiz that is more than 15 questions or 10 questions, please make sure you have an indicator at the bottom to let people know that, oh, this is going to take a while. Okay, now, again, this quiz is in their website. They can always run ads to get the person back to finish the quiz. If you notice, every time I move to another page, the URL here at the top, okay, changes. And by the way, if you are using Facebook, yeah, you can basically set up a custom tracking based on URL. So you can always retarget people. That means run ads to bring people who probably stop at the part of metabolism. Yeah, all right, and get them back to finish the quiz. Wow. All right, so no joke, yeah, 49 questions probably can help you build up a very good profile of that person. But yes, this is how much a company is willing to go to find out about that one person. Yes, please explore all the questions that they do, okay? But I'm going to move on with the original slides. So yes, that's why this is something that I picked up last year. I was so impressed, and I was like, although I never finished the 49 questions, but the moment I just reached question number 10, I was like, this is different level, totally different level. No wonder this particular website, right? They don't really need to do any marketing at all. They just need to make people, refer a friend to come and take the quiz. And it's already continuously making sale for them. Amazing. Yeah. So what they're doing is basically a chain quiz. All right. Chain quiz is a different kind of quiz. You probably need a programmer to help you do the necessary. But it's like you ask question A person says yes, it goes to question B. If the person says no, you go to question E. Right? So you will just continue answer all the question. In conclusion, you will probably collect the answers into a CRM or database. Yeah, so this is called a chain quiz. It is called a dynamic quiz as well. Some people like to call it a conditional logic quiz. All right, of course, BuzzFeed has BuzzFeed quiz. Okay, so I would like to actually say, well, if you are a person who goes to BuzzFeed and answer quizzes, you've probably seen a BuzzFeed quiz before, all sorts of different quizzes. But the most interesting thing is they actually host a quiz for you. So it's a good idea to use it as a tool to create a quiz. If in case you are looking for a way to make a very fun quiz, very jokey, funny kind of quiz, and you just want people who love to answer quizzes, all right, to participate in your quiz. All right, so this is one way to do it. There are many categories. Okay, there's many samples here. So if you want to create a quiz just for fun, all right, so you can actually do this. But of course, I like to say if your quiz is hosted in another platform, you cannot do retargeting. That's the downside of hosting a quiz in a website that's other than your website. But of course, if it's for engagement, it is for a piece of content that can relate to more people and make them remember you in some way or engage with your fans, I think it's still a very good midway idea. Yeah. So you can create your own quizzes. I will show you how. And it's the one who started it all. Yeah, all this online quiz thing, okay, how it became so popular, it was because of a viral BuzzFeed quiz, and they built from there. Okay, all right. So if let's say you just want to create something very simple, Facebook quiz, okay, just simple page, simple design, yeah, you can go for qz.app.do. Okay, so you just log in with the Facebook, you can immediately design your quiz. All right, so the free version allows you of 40 answers. So you cannot do a very big survey like 100 or 200 people. All right, but if let's say you're just doing it for the sake of getting some data for your own research needs, okay, so it's not too bad. Yeah. All right. So they will ask you whether you want to do a knowledge quiz or a personality quiz. So there are options here. So you can try that. BuzzFeed, okay, they have a quiz tool. You just need to log into BuzzFeed. You can use your Google account. That's faster. Somehow they have some problem with the Facebook, log in with Facebook account. Use the Google account. You can go and create a new post and you can select the quiz option on the side. So in the quiz option, there's something called the weighted trivia. So weighted basically means, okay, let's say you have 5 questions for your trivia, all right? You can choose to distribute 1 point, 1 point, 1 point for each question, or you can actually say, okay, the first question is 3 points, second question 1 point, third question 5 points. You know, it's weighted. Yeah, so you can actually put different points for different questions. Yeah, so why would you want to do that? Well, sometimes there are some questions that are more emphasis that actually changes the results very significantly. Yeah, so you can experiment this. Okay, if you're just starting out, try trivia quiz. Yeah, personality quiz is a little bit more involved. You probably need to plan different personalities. You need to decide how many questions you want to put in. A lot of work. All right, so they allow you to put pictures, allow you to set up questions. Okay, you can put two questions with answers with images. So it makes things a little bit more interesting. And you can see the possible scores as well. So your players can score between 0 and 1 points. All right, so now why this is important is because later when you get the results of the quiz, you can basically see, okay, how many people the average score is like how. So this is good if you are, testing for knowledge, okay, and you can actually gauge the person's understanding of that topic. All right, so these are some tips of writing good quiz questions, okay. Now, if those of you who wants a copy of these notes, yeah, I test you, okay. What was Mickey Mouse's original name meant to be? All right, so if you can answer this question in Telegram later, okay, then Nadira will basically share this PDF version of this file for you lah. All right, so but this is just a summary of a checklist, okay, of different tips, all right, that you can employ. So some are quite obvious, okay, but some is actually quite things that you might not remember until you review your quiz. All right. So analyze your target audience. Okay, create a topic that is trending, relevant, and informational. Usually, if this is very serious kind of topics, people want it to be more informational and more relevant to them. If it's entertaining type of quizzes, all right, if it's trending and relevant, that is good enough. Do not need to be informational. Like for example, what's your favorite Walking Dead character? All right, which Walking Dead character are you, or something like that. All right, so people just want something trending and something relevant. That's it. Yeah. All right. So keep your question concise and try to omit unnecessary information. Yes, short answers sometimes work very well. 7 to 10 questions is a sweet spot. All right. Anything more, they will drop off in the middle unless you have some technique that actually get them stuck and stick all the way to the end. Maybe a very big prize at the end. Maybe something that usually you need to pay for to get the result. And then, yeah, the stakes are higher, people will be more inclined to finish the quiz. But if it's just like a normal quiz to find out who you are, and that who you are doesn't really change their life, by the 5th question, they'll stop. Yeah. People's attention span is very short. Okay. The question length, okay, 6 to 10 words is enough. We are not here to sit for exam. All right. So the question don't put too long. Your questions systematically. Now, put your most exciting question in the beginning. All right. The more difficult to answer one in the middle, and the one that makes people go, ha, at the back. Yeah, how to design quiz. Yes, that is techniques one, okay? All right. Use simple vocabulary. Please don't use technical terms. They don't want to feel like they're sitting for an exam. All right. So if it's something layman terms, use it. Yeah, it might actually help you attract layman people. Not really very educated people, but sometimes audiences who are just starting out on that topic, like for example, digital marketing, right? If I start talking the words of remarketing lah, SEO lah, it's probably too complex for them to understand. But if you ask them, hey, you know, you have seen people make money from the website, from building websites, you know, do you want to learn how to do it? You know, can you envision yourself, okay, well, how much money you want to make from your website? You know, so it's like simpler questions, all right? But straightforward. Yeah, okay. Consistent number of answers, okay? Consistent number of answers. Is like, this one is a little bit of mix, yeah? I think it more applies to trivia kind of quiz. If you're doing trivia quiz, if you're starting with yes or no questions, then yes or no questions throughout the whole quiz. If you're starting with 4 choices, then 4 choices throughout the whole quiz. Consistency makes people more comfortable and stay on the quiz longer. And please do not create answers that are too similar to each other. You're not testing them on, you know, how well they can recall things. They're probably doing it for fun. So the faster they can answer the question, the better. Yeah, it's not trick question quiz, yeah. All right, use images with your answers. Okay, so this is something that you might want to try to make your quiz a little bit more interesting. It's that instead of just using 1, 2, or 3, people have something to see, something to feel. And we like to say visual things also trigger people. It motivates people to do more with your quiz, to read your quiz carefully, to have an idea of what actually you are suggesting. Right? The more senses you trigger in a person, the stronger and the more likely they will give you the information that you're asking for. Peer review your questions. Please get someone else to do the quiz once. Preferably 3 to 4 people. That's a very good sample size. Yeah, just 3 to 4 control group. Get them to do your quiz and get some feedback from them. Sometimes when you design your quiz, you probably don't know that, hey, you know, the quiz is designed in such a way that it's very vague, it's very hard to answer, you know, or very similar. But you will only realize after someone else has done the quiz. All right. And remember what I like to say, their first feedback is usually the most accurate feedback. And yes, when you do a control group of people answering your quiz, usually you can only do it one time. Because the element surprise is no longer there if you give them the same quiz second time or third time. Unless you're changing all the questions. Yeah, so that's why when you create control groups for your quiz, all right, it's a good idea to have different groups of people. Yeah, just to put the quiz out and see how many of them actually likely to answer the quiz, how long it takes for them to actually answer the quiz. You can do that kind of measurement as well if you want to. Like for example, 49 questions. I'm sure they have measured, okay? So probably a better idea is for them to actually say, it will take you 15 minutes to finish this quiz. You know, probably is a better idea. All right, but obviously they didn't do this lah. Okay. Ensure your quiz is optimized for different devices. Okay, now if you're using a proper quiz creation tool, most of them are designed in such a way that it actually fits on a mobile phone. Yeah, so the main question, some image here, and then some buttons that are big enough for people to tap and answer. Yeah, so that's the thing here. All right, do not create quiz that is, you know, the checkbox. You have to actually tap on the box itself, and that submit button is so small that you really literally need to zoom in to tap that submit button. This is not going to encourage people to even start answering the quiz. Yeah, so again, your quiz, the buttons, the images are all optimized for proper tapping. Yeah. All right. So a BuzzFeed quiz, yeah, like which Saved by the Bell character are you? So this is one of the most popular kind of quiz, and there's a lot of this kind of quiz on BuzzFeed, yeah. So how it works is they basically put different points to actually match back to certain characters. Yeah, so that's why I explained something called a Cosmo quiz. They have a point system. Now, what makes a quiz work and what makes some quiz very lao ya? All right. So it's either tapping to a fandom or guessing something about the person's actual desire or attributes. And this one is for entertainment lah. If you're creating quiz for entertainment purposes, okay, you might want to understand your target audience, okay? What are their real desires or attributes that they really want to know? Yeah. So, you know, what is an objective source? You can tell them. So again, people don't know what they don't know. People are looking to discover things about themselves or their friends. So you think about it, in your business or your product or your service, okay, is there such a fun quiz that you can create? Okay. Now, AI assisted quiz creation. There's always AI things here that I can introduce to you. So this is ai.tryinteract.com. They have this interesting AI tool that can help you design quiz questions. Okay, so what you need to do is basically put in a prompt. They will actually teach you how to design the prompt at the bottom. You just scroll down on this page. They will tell you, okay, what prompt to use, how to describe your business, and they can come up with 5 or 10 questions. You can always click on generate questions to create more. Right now, it is something. There's some other tools that is in beta right now. There's something called an AI quiz generator. All right, and this particular generator will ask for your website URL. It can be a URL to a article that you have on your website. It will take all the points or learn from your article and create a quiz based on that. Of course, any of you who have a paid version of ChatGPT, you can use the web pilot, okay, plugin. You can actually simulate or do this kind of query, this kind of question asking, and get the AI to generate quiz for you. So, no problem. Those of you who have used HARPA before, HARPA, okay, I think they also have a tool that is for generate questions from this article. It's actually meant for learning, self-learning, but you can basically use that as a way to create trivia about your topic or about your article. Yeah, so check it out. Okay, HARPA AI, ChatGPT, even this particular tool. All right, this is in beta. So what they'll do is they'll ask you to create an account, and it will take about 24 to 48 hours because they're still testing it. Yeah. All right, but again, free things, right? Why not? We use it first before they start charging you. Okay, go ahead, try it out. Okay. All right. This is a very interesting article on how to set up or track conversions based on drop-off of quiz. So let's say you have designed a quiz that has multiple pages or based on a certain result, you want to remarket them. All right. So they actually have quite interesting write-up on how you can set this up on Meta as well. So this is just a further thing that you can do after you design your quiz. But it's still a very good tool for you to utilize if, let's say, your objective is to get more people to participate in the quiz. But you probably notice that a lot of people tend to drop off halfway, all right, or re-attract them again. Yeah. If you have WordPress, you can use a paid plugin or a free plugin, okay, to basically design your quiz or your forms, okay. So again, they have polls, they have quiz inside the tool. You can actually create forms that actually show you more questions when a certain answer is selected. So let's say, for example, do you like nasi lemak? Yes or no. So if you answer yes, okay, the next few questions are more all about, you know, what's your preference for nasi lemak, what kind of spices that you like, blah, blah, blah. All right, so they actually can show and hide depending on certain questions that you answered previously. All right, so Formulator is by far more of the more flexible one that I can find. This one tends to end up be very expensive because there's a lot of plugins that you can use. It's powerful, definitely. It can actually connect with your email sending software. It can also connect with your Google Sheets. So if you want to connect your quiz to a more automated way of marketing, okay, or automation in your business, or maybe connecting all the data straight into your customer relationship management system, yes, yeah, so you probably need to pay for that kind of tools. But let's say if you don't mind, okay, just having a person answer the quiz and just email me their answers, and you upkeep the data manually, then Formulator actually serves the purpose quite well. Yeah. So how do you measure success? Again, depends on why you want to run the quiz in the first place. So is it quiz views, shares, comments, or reactions that you're looking for? This is basically what we call the engagement part. Yeah, if you're only doing quiz just to see how many of your audience group or people are active, all right, then yes, this is probably something that you want to use as your measurement KPI. But if you are tracking something like conversion, how serious are people to see through the entire quiz? Then, of course, quiz completion will be one of your KPI. How many leads are actually generated? Okay. How many people actually open the email when you send them their result? Okay. And of course, most business stakeholders will want to also know that does it translate to an actual sale? All right. So in case, you know, you want to justify or creating a quiz, and, you know, as usual, bosses will always ask, how do you know that your quiz is actually working? So you can pick from any of these KPIs, okay, to use it as a report. Yeah. So how do you get all this information? If you are using Interact, okay, they actually have a dashboard that shows you the funnel. So how many people actually view your quiz, how many people started the quiz, how many people complete, and how many people actually left their email address and everything. Of course, this is the benefit lah when you actually use a platform. It actually has a ready-made dashboard for you to just take and use it in your report. Yeah, so this particular kind of quiz is more of a archetype kind of quiz. So you can see the business blogger, lifestyle bloggers. It's probably a quiz that asks what kind of blogger you are, what style of blogging that you tend to do. All right, so they will actually tell you, okay, the number of impressions or number of people who actually get this kind of results. So it's sort of like a survey. If you really want to know or segment your audience, but you don't really know how, do it in a fun quiz instead of running a standard survey. It's just some clever copywriting that actually can get people to be interested. Yeah. If you have Meta and you're sharing this on your social medias, I'm pretty sure some of you are very familiar with the analytics in your social media. So you can track things like reach, impressions, like and reactions, and also shares. So some data will probably be trackable if on the publication platform of your choice. Yeah, so it can be Instagram, it can be Facebook, can be anywhere else. All right, but sometimes that anywhere else, sometimes we'll probably want to see track link clicks instead of shares. It can also work for you as well. But do check that other social media analytics for certain kind of information that you probably cannot get from the platform that hosting your quiz. Yeah. So what really matters in quizzes, right? It depends on your objective, but I think the more practical way to look at quiz, if your boss really asks, we do so many quiz, but what is it used for? All right. You have to ask, you really seriously ask your question. Okay. Did your general audience engagement increase or not after you do this quiz? Okay. Does it lead directly or indirectly to revenue? Okay. Did you get precious data that you can use effectively to write a book or expand a speech, or develop a course, or lead better workshops, or improve some of your conversion optimization exercises that you do. All right. If it doesn't, then maybe doing a quiz is just really a waste of time. Yeah, of course, this is very hard questions to answer. If, let's say, you have very limited resource, you probably want to try a few things for your content marketing strategy. And you probably need to decide whether doing quizzes once a year or once a month is better. So yeah, track these kind of things if it makes more sense than tracking numbers. So of course, these are just some bonus, other kinds of interactivity, not a lot. It's something for some other people. Like if you have a physical storefront, if you, let's say you are doing property, yeah, you maybe doing a virtual tour, it might makes much more sense than answering quizzes. Yes, that's also interactivity, yeah. So Cloud Panel is a very good 360 virtual tour software. So any of you who actually have a cafe or running a restaurant or hotel or trying to promote a location, probably this is better. So any of you who are doing shopping mall promotion or something, all right, you can actually try and do this virtual tour to encourage people. After they see the virtual version of your place, they might actually be more inclined to come to the actual location. Yeah, all right. So there is also a link here to the YouTube. They will actually demonstrate how you can basically guide people around different areas of your physical location. It's more towards house or property selling. But I think those of you who are quite creative in this, you can actually convert it into your own particular business. Yeah, it's just a little bit of thinking, a little bit of thought process as well. Lead generation games. Yeah, and any people like to play games here. You can encourage people to play a game. If they reach a certain score or they actually finish completing a game, you give them a free voucher. Yeah, so this is just to test how much or how bad they really want that promotion. Okay, but it's a fun thing to do because it tends to be more shareable. Yeah, in case you are looking for people locally in Malaysia, all right, to do this kind of lead generation games, there's this particular company called Weird Works. Again, I'm not affiliated with them. I just Google them, and then they actually they actually talk about the Media Prima's Fat Zai Lunar New Year app. Yeah, long time ago, they did this gamification for certain objectives for a certain brand. Yeah. So again, you might want to look them up. They seem to have done it before in Malaysia. Yeah. So again, talk to them, see what they can do for you. Yes, most of their templates is going to be very generic templates. They can probably put your brand logo there, or maybe change a few background or certain things to your brand color. Maybe change a few 3D things inside there, like instead of a running chicken, it's probably a running dragon or something. All right. So yeah, you can change that as well. It's more about changing the game assets to fit your brand message. I'm not saying they're going to be cheap. All right. But those of you who are maybe promoting for a bigger brand and you want to break away from the very standard way of marketing and create some interactivity for a special occasion, this is something to look into lah. You can go to their website, weirdworks.com. They have the contact details there. They are affiliated with MDEC as well. So again, talk to them. Yeah, very good idea to actually use it for lead generation. Yeah, so that's all from me. Finally, okay. All right. So yes, okay. So I'll pass the session back to Nadira. If any of you have any questions, I'll answer them in the Telegram group. Okay. I'm sure Nadira is gonna do a very fantastic post again. And yeah, go ahead and ask in the group. If I can help, I can actually suggest a few more things there as well.
You can open a post if you want also, Wanyi. But again, thank you, Wanyi, for sharing. You always have like too much, a lot for us, which is good actually, because this is a very interesting topic. Not many people like know whether you can use an app to create the apa nama dia, the quiz itself. So that's it lah. Thank you. Next, I just want to do a quick recap because we are nearing 9:30. Again, this session is brought to you by DMC, and if you have yet to become DMChampion member, please join, because we do this every week on Wednesday 8 p.m. So for those who like Wani mentioned about lead gen, building email list just now, this is for you next week. So last week we have retargeting. You can use that retargeting again if you do a quiz, and then if you collect email, then you can come next week where you how to build email list, and then how to segmentize it. Next week is with Hafiz. So for those who want to night slide, this is for you.
Yeah.
That's it from
Okay.
me.
Right.
Enjoy.
Okay. Bye bye, everyone.